What is good, rookies? Welcome back to another locker room. I am your host and your favorite Kansas City girl, Kennedy Bright, and as always, what's said in the locker room stays in the locker room. Get your flavors ready, guys. What is good, rookies? I am back this week with another episode. I promise you guys I am doing my best to show up and keep being consistent. So here we are this next week. Okay, before we start this episode, I want to clear the air. First off, I did record this video the week after I posted the last video, as I say in this podcast episode. But I also do say how I went out of town literally that night. I thought I'd have time once I got to Kansas City or Indiana, but it was super busy with my sister's probate, so I wasn't able to. I'm back on track. I already have 3 episodes already recorded. Just have to edit and post them. So I got content for y'all. I promise. I'm so sorry. So how have you guys been this past week? What's been going on with you guys? Thanks for asking. Me personally, I've been a little stressed, trying to balance everything. Balancing content, myself, my dog. Girl, these men this week, stressing your girl out. We're going to get into all of it this week. Do not worry. Also, update, if you listened to last week's episode, you guys knew that I was debating between my Lululemon jacket, if I should take the Define jacket back or whatever, keep the color. Decided to keep the color, but we did go down a size. I originally was wearing a size 4, then I went to a size 6 in the black one. Now your girl's at a size 4 in this bone color, but for some reason that color itself, like, I needed that. My 6 low-key kind of looks fine. It could be tighter maybe, but like it fits fine. But for some reason, black versus the bone color, I don't know how. The colors are different. We don't have any makeup on or anything right now because, girl, I'm about to head to the airport. I'm out of town. I'm leaving in a couple of hours. So all my stuff's packed up and it's going to take up too much time to go ahead and put makeup on. So I apologize. I'm not presenting myself best to y'all, okay? I hope all you guys are doing well. This is not the planned episode that I have for the week, but I didn't want that episode to be sloppy or whatnot just because, like, I have, like, it's an important topic to me. And I feel like right now I'm just like all over the place, which we're going to get into. So let's get into my week and the topics of everything. So first off, right now, like I said, I'm heading out of town and I kind of can tell y'all, but I don't know if I want to tell y'all. Anyways, I'm going to my sister's university because she has something important. Okay, anyways, I'll just say it. She has a probate that is on Sunday. So I'm heading to her university to go to that. The reason I'm a little anxious about it is Bear is being boarded for the first time. And I just had a lot of anxiety. I've caused probably, it happened one other time last year in about like August or September, but since January I hit this spot in my life where I don't like leaving my house. I like staying home. I like being to myself. So me having to like get on the airplane and leave my dog here in Texas and go play, like, I'm just anxious. Not to mention I don't even remember how to fly as a regular passenger. I have not flown as a regular passenger, like as in I wasn't a flight attendant, since 2022 of my birthday. After that, I was always flying, American and like for work and stuff. So I'm like, how much stuff, like liquids, how do y'all get through TSA? Like, I'm trying to remember all that. So honestly, I'm a little anxious. I'm all over the place right now. I originally had to decide by 7 if I was going to go or not. I'm just going to go because it's only me, my parents, and my grandparent and my Nana. Because, like they're not able to tell people about the process. So my brother's not able to go because he has work. Like everybody has work and stuff. Like they didn't give any of us enough time. And like we live 6 hours away. So, and I live further and my brother lives in New York. So yeah, I was like, okay, I can't like not go. My parents are like, maybe you should just stay if you're feeling like really anxious and you're nervous about leaving him. Talking about my dog and stuff. And I'm like, I know, but I don't know. I'm not a good person at putting myself before others. I'm just not good at that. And I feel like it's a big moment for her and it's important. It's a once in a lifetime thing. So I feel like I need to be there, but I definitely want to stay home. I'm definitely a little anxious about leaving and trying to navigate the outside world. So let's get into the week though. Y'all are not gonna. So why did I come across this man's baby mama's page? By accident. This is the craziest thing. So I get up, I'm pretty sure it was Monday, first of the week, April Fool's at that. I get up and I'm like, you know what? Like I'm ready to start this business. I'm ready to, be on my Zoom. I go to my friend's DM because she has sent me this business idea. So I'm going through looking and I re-click on this post I sent her. I click on it and I was like, oh, I remember this. And I see at the bottom, like Instagram will show you one person's comment. And I see the @ name. I'm like, there's no way this is her. So I press the @ name and I'm like, oh my God, this is her. This is her page. So not only did I find the girl's page, the post that I sent to my friend was of his kid's birthday party. And I was admiring his kid's birthday party. Didn't even know though. I'm like, yo, there's no way. This happened last year though. His kid's birthday last year. And I ended up sending it to my friend. Threw me off because I was like, how crazy is that? And she's like, bro, not this the whole time. This was whose like birthday party it was. I said, I know. So that was like That felt really like crazy full circle because I didn't even notice it then. It kind of like made me feel weird. I don't like discovering things when I truly don't mean to. Like if I'm not looking for it, I don't want to find it. And I don't look for stuff. God always brings stuff to me, like to my forefront. Like I find everything out because like it just literally falls into my lap. I kid you not. I'll see something and something will be like, click on it. And I click on it and there it is. Like, it's so weird. Me and him are really locked in like that. He really be protecting me. But sometimes I don't want to see stuff, God. Like, why are you showing it to me? Honestly, y'all know for like, it really didn't even faze me, like, seeing it. It was just, to me, it was funny. Because like I said, it was a post from last year, which threw me off. I was like, oh my goodness. That was what made it even more funny. Because it's an old post. And I was like, how crazy is it that of all people, it is your kid's party that I'm admiring, sitting to my friend talking about I can't wait to have one of these moments. I do find it odd though, like when you see people's stuff on social media. This has happened to me a couple times this year. And you know the truth. You know what's really going on. You know what's really happening behind closed doors. And you see what they put out on social media and you're just like, I'm just gonna mind my business. I'm the kind of person, I don't like to rain on anybody's parade. I'm coming to you as a woman. I'm not gonna come to you as a woman. Do you wanna know why? These girls don't care. These women do not care. Come to women. You know why? All that ends up happening to you is he's coming after you, running his mouth. She coming back at you, running her mouth. His family probably gonna chime in if you know them, running their mouth. I don't have time for none of that. I don't care. And I think that like my favorite thing is I hope people sit around and make posts and do things thinking, oh, can they see this? I don't even see, baby. I don't even look. Your irrelevance, like when I closed the door on a chapter of you in my life, I don't look. Now, when we locked in, I might go take a peek at your mama's Facebook, take a look, go look at your, your bros post or something. But when we're done, I'm done with you. You're out of my life. Like you're pretty much dead to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever look again. That is my favorite thing. I never would give somebody the satisfaction of posting something to intentionally like try to get with, like bother me. And I don't even see. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm really not. I just don't do the coming to you as a woman because guess what? At the end of the day, these women know. These girls know. And they don't really care because you're not probably the only person that's got the little triangle vibe going on. So, yeah, but just seeing posts and I'm like I said, knowing the reality, it's always like, it's a bit odd to me. And it never in my life could ever bother me because he and I wanted two different things. And that's just like not even just him. It's me and a couple of like guys I've run into and I've definitely like ran now from this mindset and kind of like had to really ask. If you are a man and your sole desire is just to have children and you're okay with like creating a baby mama and being a baby daddy, we don't align. Like we need to be striving for marriage. I'm sorry. Now, if I end up having a kid outside of marriage, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about men who you aspire only simply to be a baby daddy. And it went to like everything went down. I was talking to my friend about it and she's like, the difference is you wanted a husband, you wanted a family. He doesn't want that. He wants a baby mama. He wants that lifestyle. I'm like, you're right. So you never can ruffle my feathers. I'm glad to see, things are happy. Things are good. That's great. It also is crazy because like he's blocked. And I just know for a fact I blocked her. She's blocked on everything else. Like, I just don't want to see your life. Like, I really don't care. Like, I'm just real big on that with people. Like, I don't have anything to see, Like, I just don't want anyone ever, like, messing with my peace. No one pop up. Anyone who seems like they're close to them in a circle, you block too. Like, no offense, you're just guilty by association. I like to protect my peace as much as possible. And like I said, no one's ever going to pop out and do anything that you think is going to pop up on my For You page and I'm going to see you're blocked already. I'll never see it. Try again, boo. Looking at the page also brought me to the idea that's kind of weird because I'm now 27 and I don't have any kids. And it feels weird to say that I don't have children. Although I'm like grateful that I don't have kids. I'm grateful, to not have to deal with some of the struggles that women have to deal with. Like if they don't have like the ideal situation, for instance, because as y'all know, I'm single. So like I'm not in an ideal situation to have kids. It would be hard for me to have a child right now. But I definitely saw myself different at 27 in my past life. Like my past life, girl, no. When I was younger, I definitely saw myself being a different person at 27. I don't mean by like marriage. Like you're supposed to be married and have kids already by now. Like that's what I'm saying. Just different in the aspect of my career, like the way I look, the way I carry myself. I thought I would look older than this, y'all. I thought, the house, the car, it always was giving being Mary Jane. For real. Girl was bossed up, had the nice lifestyle, the nice job. She couldn't have no man. She had no man. She didn't have a man. She couldn't keep a man. Didn't have no babies. That's what it was giving. Like, if anything, I was going to at least have the outer lifestyle together, So I definitely feel that it's weird to really process and fully put in my brain, I'm a true grown woman now. And that's just something that's really weird for me. And for me, like in my brain, I still feel like I'm 23, I'm 24. You know, like when you're a kid, you have an idea of what an adult is and what an adult is like. So it's just crazy to think that, girl, I mean, I'm not saying anything's wrong with the things that I wanted for myself at 27, but I definitely feel like I'm not there in any part of my like body, like mentally, physically, of the person that I viewed myself being at 27. And it's when you look back, kind of like your, you know, like your aspirations, your desires, it does feel a little weird. I'll tell y'all a little tidbit of information. I used to always say, I had to have been like 18, I think, when I found out something. And I was like, you know what? If I'm not in a committed relationship by 27, if I'm not married by 27, like headed in that direction of getting married, if I'm not already married, I was like, I'm just gonna have one of my guy friends and they're gonna be my sperm donor and I'm gonna have a kid that way. Like, I seriously had that in my mindset. Now that I'm 27, I'm like, girl, bear is good enough. The dog, honey, is good enough. We're good right now. But that was definitely, like I said, how I viewed myself. Now I feel like the person I've always viewed myself when I was younger, that 27-year-old me, now I'm viewing her at like 38. She's older. I feel like I'm still a little young. No, you're not. By age, I'm not young, but I'm definitely still getting the hang of things in the age, you know, that I am. And here's my like a little tidbit of information to y'all too, like a little advice. Y'all need to not waste y'all's time. When you're younger, like when I was 23, I spent all my not good years. I don't want to say that. These years can be good too, but my young years stressing over 27-year-old Kennedy, 28-year-old Kennedy, the life that she has. Girl, why do you care about it? It's not here yet. Now, I'm not saying that you should not make smart choices to preserve your future, for sure. But to worry about what I'm doing at that rate, like 10 years from now, is so stupid. Because the things I could have been focused on when I was 23, when I was 22, when I was 21, those habits, those things I could have been building would have set myself up to be the person that I should be later. But instead, I just made myself so anxious. I didn't live life. I don't have people like, oh, tell some fun stories. I don't have any fun stories. I was always sheltered growing up, but I was definitely in like this bubble, you know what I mean? Like of myself, like definitely kind of obsessed with not wanting to screw up, not wanting to mess that up. Instead of just living life, having fun when I'm still young enough to make choices and, you know, learn from them and move on. But like I said, I wasted all those years. Now I'm older. Girl, you do certain stuff now at this age, it's like, you know better. You're right. I'm old. I do know better. I'm definitely regretting for sure not having more fun in my younger years and like taking in the moment. And I'm trying to practice that with like grounding techniques of like wherever I'm at in life, taking it in, enjoying it, and not obsessing so much over for future Kennedy. Future Kennedy is taken care of. God's got future Kennedy taken care of. This Kennedy now, that who you are at this age, is preserving and preparing you for that person. But if I just get paralyzed and crippled with anxiety about what the older me is going to do or not going to do, I'm not doing anything today to better that person, to give myself the life I want. You know what I mean? So I definitely can't believe I'm almost 30. And like I said, just seeing that page just blew me a little bit. Like, because I'm like, dang, we are older. We are 27. So yeah, he has a kid. And I'm like, whoa, that's, you know, like that's weird to me. But same with my classmates and stuff, like it's odd. But we're not teen parents. We're grown ass adults who are almost 30. It definitely was like a kind of like wake up call of just really more reflection of how old I am. I will be honest and say I feel like sometimes I don't have anything, if that makes sense. Like, and like I said, I'm grateful that I don't have a child. I'm grateful that I don't have a child, you know, because I know it's not easy being when I say single mom, I don't mean single mom as like the only parent. I mean like a single mom, even if the dad is like 1,000% involved with the child. But I mean single as in dating. Like, you know, it's I'm still co-parenting. Even if I have a great co-parenting setup, my kid sees their dad all the time, I still feel like it would be a little bit different and a little bit more difficult with the dating pool and all those things, because that will stress me out. Who am I bringing my kid around? You know, I don't want to have to deal with all of that. I'm grateful that I don't have to, because I know how anxiety case I can get. But at the same time, it does feel like I'm getting older and I don't really have anything in place. I don't have, you know, really anyone. I have my dog, which is great. I just got him. So there are times that I really kind of think about things. I'm not going to lie, there's about 2 or 3 times in the past 2 years or so that I've kind of thought about it, you know, falling into the baby mama culture kind of vibe. But I'm grateful I didn't. I know God has something better for me on the other end for sure, because that is not the kind of person I am. It just wouldn't work well for me. I'll never say never, of course, because girl, why would you do that? You say that today, tomorrow you're pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never judge someone or say, like, I never would do that. I could not. How could you be like that? What? I'm not going to say that at all. I never will say that. But I definitely will say I think God has been covering me a little bit when it comes to certain types of lifestyles that I could have, but also still preserving me, like also still trying to help me get to where it is that I want. I really do want to have like an actual family. And that's something I want to discuss too later. I've just gotten to a point where I'm always obsessing over my kid's dad. Like, is he going to be a great dad? Okay, but also, how is he going to treat you as a husband? Just because he'll be a great father doesn't mean he'll be a great partner. So, we're balancing all of those things. And that is just a spiral that your girl went on this week when I accidentally, like, come on, April Fool's, Kennedy. Ha 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 ha. Boom. Like, I don't even look for this stuff. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, one of the guys I was talking to before, the way I found out that he even was having a kid, he never even told me. The way I found out was, it literally fell into my lap. The day the announcement popped up on his story, fell into my lap. I went to go send his page to someone else for a business opportunity. Girl, crazy, right? And I was like, oh, let me just press the story. And boom, don't ever look at his story. Don't follow him. And then that happened. I was like, what? So that's what I'm saying. Like, God literally he just drops them. They fall right in Kennedy's lap, okay? As I keep doing the math of like how old I am and everything, I think at this rate, I'm not going to marry till like I'm 35. Because honestly, I don't want to be in a relationship with anybody for another 2 years. So that puts me at what, like 29? Okay, then we have to date like 2 or 3 years. So 29, 30, 31, 32. That's about 32. We gotta be engaged because, weddings are expensive. Get this venue is booked till 2 years out. Okay, so my 32, 33, 34, 34, 35. 34 by 35 is the first time I have a kid. I'll be lucky at that rate to even have a healthy, blessed baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is crazy to think about. And that's why I gotta do the work now. But I'm at a point for y'all, I'm really tired of men. Like, I really don't want one. But at the same time, all the guys I've really been into, are younger. Younger is better. And that's a whole nother podcast topic for another day. So at this rate, it's cool. Actually, I have to be careful how I say that nowadays. The way these women are out here with these younger men and y'all are dragging them, let me keep my mouth shut. But I guess that right now it is okay if, I don't get married till like my mid-30s because my man is younger. So there's that. On the topic of dating, marriage, and younger guys, how do you guys set and treat your boundaries? Like, this week, I have been navigating them. I am someone who struggles with expressing to someone what it is that I need because I don't like the rejection of like, I'm not going to give it to you or no. And I don't mean like being told no as in like, I didn't get my way. But I mean, I just trying to express to some guys, this is what I need. I need this out of this situation. I need this out of this moment. And I feel like sometimes and some of your boundaries, you need a trial and error. Like, you need to practice. Like, okay, I think I need this from you, but actually that wasn't enough. It's not it. I need this. But I'm at a point where I'm so tired of like feeling how I feel. I don't even want to take a chance on trying to figure out, okay, let's add this to the boundary list. Did that work? Nope, I still feel this way. So I'm definitely in a place of trying to work on that. I think God is just trying to tell me the one particular thing that I'm working on. I think he's trying to tell me, girl, you don't need to do that at all. It is a little easier because they are guys that I do like, that I'm communicating with about things and trying to build those boundaries. They're guys I trust, so it's not a big deal if I try something and it doesn't work out. Like, nothing bad's gonna happen, on my end. But it does feel weird, you guys, trying to navigate how to set boundaries. What does that mean? Like, how do you know exactly what it is, what this boundary is that you need, or what steps is gonna make this boundary feel safe and okay? It's been bothering. It's something that this week I've just been dealing with because I actually have people in my life that are like, okay, what do you need? And I'm like, I can tell you what I don't want to feel. I can tell you what I don't, but I can't tell you yet what it is I need. So we're trying this trial and error phase of like figuring out, trying different things. Like, how do you feel after this? What about this? What about if I say this to you? How does that make you feel? But I don't want to even feel some type of way. One of the guys though, he's really good at like apologizing, acknowledging that he understands what I'm saying. So it does make it a little bit easier because I do actually never feel bad about it because like he'll always like clear up any confusion. So that part is nice. So it's not as scary as I think it is, but I definitely, because I'm 27 and soon have to go back to the dating world, and I need to take the time to figure out and navigate building boundaries. So if however y'all figure yours out, girl, DM me on the podcast IG and let's talk about it, and we're gonna figure this out together. all that has been going on this week in my life. Like, that's how my brain has just been spinning on top of like my dog stuff and going out of town. Breathe, Kennedy. But I still posted, I still showed up, and I've really been hearing God this week really speaking to me and kind of letting me know, like, so I was going to get like this part-time job and work like 4 hours in the afternoon / like evening at this one job, because that was going to be my dog money, because he's been cutting into my funds, honey. So that was going to be like dog money. And I had an experience with someone that really made me uncomfortable, and I just told my dad. I didn't tell him it made me uncomfortable. I just told him what the man said. My dad was like, what? So I then automatically like let me know, okay, like, I'm not tripping. That was super inappropriate, uncalled for. And I did watch the Quiet on Set. I don't want to talk about it though. I can't. That was terrible. But the last episode, I believe it was, where they're talking about kind of like the sexual innuendos and stuff like that with the Nickelodeon, like what they did with Zoe 101 and all of that, and Ariana Grande, the way, and like the grooming of the older men, the man gave me that vibe, and I don't think I really would have had that like, it already made me uncomfortable, but after watching that show, it made me feel that way even more. So I'm definitely hearing God a little bit more. I've been praying about it for like a couple of weeks, and I just decided like that job is just not going to work for me. I'm not going to be able to work there. When I went in person to meet with the owner, I was so uncomfortable looking around like the entire time, like, how often am I going to be here alone? Like, when will he pop up? And it was super uncomfortable, and felt very super violating, really uncomfortable in the way he was looking at me through the little Zoom call or whatever. So I'm definitely hearing God a little bit more, but at the same time, I'm also hearing him tell me, like, I just got to stay on it and with my content and with what I'm doing, and stop always looking for outer help. And by outer help, I mean like jobs. Because when I work, it takes away from my content 1,000%. But when I don't, like when I'm at home, I need to also put in the work. I'm just really used to having a structure. Like, I've talked about this on on TikTok. I don't think I've talked about it on here yet. I'm just used to having a schedule. Like, when you're an athlete in college, even growing up as a kid and I was an athlete, you go to school. After school, you're home for like a couple of hours maybe. Then you go to soccer practice, and then you come home, do homework, eat dinner, and go to bed. Start all over. College is like the same way. You got weights, you have, if you're depending on your sport, you have meetings and film. Like, you have all these different things that take up your day. There's not that much time that you have to structure it yourself. So when I have a little bit of time, let me hurry up and edit, let me do this. So I'm definitely trying to build that same structure in my life, because I have too much free time. I'm looking around like, what am I gonna do? Twiddling my thumbs. I'm depressed today, or I'm sad, I don't want to get out of bed. Oh well, no, you gotta get out of bed, girl. So I think I definitely am trying to cover up my work ethic with like another job, and I feel like God is just like, no, I've given you everything you need to continue. Like, this whole year, he's been paying my bills. I've been only paying my bills through content. I have not worked all year long, and we're in April. So he's kind of basically telling me, get off your ass and get on your Zoom, get on your grind. And that's where I'm trying to get at this phase, is just really listen and utilize it. I recorded a couple of videos this week, girl. We deep cleaned the hell out of my house because I had company. Deep cleaned the hell out of my house. It smells good in here. We got the puppy smell out. Like, it's been going well. So I have to stick to those things and just keep going. So I'm trying to listen to him. Definitely trying to listen. Next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, we should be good next week. Say a prayer for me for this weekend. But next week, I really want to get into how I accidentally fell into like my feminine energy, and like masculine men are in, and girl, how I can get real knuck if you buck with these men if you try me. And I don't want to get knuck if you buck. Like, I don't want to pop off on you. I really don't. I want to be soft and gentle and caring and loving and a nurturer. I want to stay in that era. But when you try me, baby, a wolf comes out. Not a wolf. No, I like bears. I'm a bear. I'm a grizzly bear. The claws and the teeth come out. You know how bears, like, when they're like kind of not short, but they're shorter, and then they get up on them hind legs. My attitude, get on the hind legs, it's over for you. And I've noticed a difference in talking to guys, for sure. Some men keep me in that cute cuddly phase, and then some of y'all bring out the grizzly bear in me, and I'm off the all fours, and I'm sitting on them two hind legs, and I'm ready to claw. I don't want to be that way anymore. So we're gonna talk about that next week. As always, you guys can submit questions. They're linked in my bio. Well, the podcast bio. I need to add it to my personal bio too. But you can always submit questions there. Just give me a name. It could be anonymous if you don't want to like DM me and I don't have to know. Ask questions, get advice, whatever. Confessions, we'll read it on the podcast, and just let me know That's another way you can communicate with me. Be sure to be following the podcast. I got some exciting things coming up this year. Girl, we're really trying to get at it. I'm proud of myself for showing up at 7:25, so I have enough time to get to the airport. My plane boards at 9:55. Let's go home to Kansas City before we head to Indiana for this probate. I will be vlogging it. I posted 3 vlogs this week. Get into it right quick. 3 vlogs. Big vlogging. Go ahead, check out the vlogs, and I will see you in the next one. Love y'all so much. Bye, guys.